that are getting surprisingly cheap. Hey guys, ever noticed that some cars appear to age at different speeds? Some cars that were released a decade ago still look fresh, yet some that were released last year are already looking dated. Most of us have limited funds, so a new car is out of the question. But that shouldn't be an issue if you choose wisely. Here are 6 great value cars that still look pretty new. Let's get started. The Toyota GT86 and Subaru BRZ. The new price of a GT86, which they are still selling by the way, is around £30,000. But if you look on the used market, you can get virtually the same car for a fraction of that price. This small coupe was expertly engineered to provide maximum driving pleasure combined with everyday usability, something that was met with universal praise from the motoring press. But the market has still been somewhat niche for this car. With a 4-cylinder boxer engine, $30,000 seems like a lot of money to pay, given the competition at that price. But look on the second-hand markets and you'll see that you can get a Subaru BRZ or a Toyota GT86 for under £10,000. For a car that's still in production relatively unchanged, that makes a lot of sense. The BMW M3 E92. It wasn't so long ago that all 3 German premium brands had V8-powered performance models in the same class. This was before naturally aspirated engines were strangled by emission standards, of course, with most of their newer versions fitted with turbocharged units. If you're looking for a proper European muscle car, look no further than the E92 generation M3. With a high-revving 4-litre V8, 414 horsepower on tap, a glorious soundtrack and lightning-quick performance, it's almost as fast as the current M4 to 60. By the way, it's also about 4 times cheaper. They may be 10 years old, but they're still relatively modern cars in most people's eyes. You can find perfectly good examples for around £15,000, but for bad examples, prices have dropped to as low as £10,000. The Audi TT RS. 10 years ago, Audi's most powerful TT, the RS model, cost almost £50,000, which was and still is an enormous sum of money for what's basically an A3 on steroids in a coupe body. Today, you can get the same 2009 TT RS model with all-wheel drive, a 2.5-litre turbocharged 5-cylinder engine, and 340 horsepower, optional 360 horsepower, for around £15,000. Although the TT didn't get much love from sports car purists, we can assure you that this is one of the fastest cars in real-world conditions. It has a cool engine noise too, thanks to its 5 pots, more than enough power, and that traditional Audi well-built interior. The key thing is, it still doesn't really look that old, and some people won't even be able to tell the difference between this and the new one. Fiat 500 Abarth. The tiny Fiat 500 Abarth is maybe down on power and engine displacement, but is still one of the most rewarding performance cars you can own on a budget. And for around £5,000, there isn't a more dynamic and charming city car you can own. With a 1.4-litre turbocharged engine and 140 horsepower sent to the front wheels, the 500 Abarth is an amazingly agile and dynamic little car. The whole package is well-rounded with sport suspension, performance rubber, and optional pedal shift automatic. Still, even in base trim, the 500 Abarth is capable of lively performance and providing you with driving excitement unique to this brand. They're still making it too. The Renault Megane RS. Any list of performance cars wouldn't be complete without a proper hot hatch, and the Megane is one of the best around. Most of us would call the regular Megane models pretty dull, but you can't say that about the 2010 to 2016 Megane Renault Sport. With a 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder under the bonnet, 250 horsepower at the front wheels, and near-perfect handling, the Megane RS is a quintessential European hot hatch champion. Sadly, it's never been available in the USA. Renault's engineers didn't go down the Ford or Audi route when beefing up their flagship hatch and just pumped the Megane with insane power. They re-engineered every part of the car, creating an excellent driving machine and one of the best cars in its class. Externally, they still look very modern, and prices start from well below £10,000. The Jaguar XK. Probably the most tempting value for money is the mid-2000s Jaguar XK. The XK is a comfortable, elegant and prestigious coupe grand tourer. For under £10,000 you can find loads of XKs out there with a 4.2-litre V8 and 300 horsepower. Envisaged as Jaguar's rival to the Porsche 911, it was a successful model for the company, and therefore they sold loads of them. Whilst a lot of them under 10k may be from 2006 and 2007, they still look surprisingly fresh, and not actually that far off much more modern models. Sadly, they all came in automatic, but you could argue that this suits its GT characteristics. Still, turn up at any posh event or gathering, and this relatively cheap car won't look out of place amongst much newer stuff. So there you are. Which cars should I have included as well? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. Cheers!